Chosen one, if you are hearing these words right now, understand this is not a coincidence. This moment, this message, this divine revelation has been orchestrated by God Himself. You have been led here not by chance, but by purpose, because something supernatural is unfolding in your life. You may have felt lost, weary, or uncertain about your path, but God is about to lift the veil and reveal the truth. You are chosen, set apart for a higher calling. Have you ever wondered why your journey has been filled with trials, why the world has looked at you with doubt, or why you have felt like an outcast? It is because you were never meant to follow the ordinary path. God has placed a unique anointing upon you, one that the world cannot understand. He is preparing you for something greater than you have ever imagined, a transformation so profound that it will redefine your existence. But before this transformation can take place, you must open your heart, your mind, and your spirit to receive the revelation that God has set before you. But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, His own special people, that you may proclaim the praises of Him who called you out of darkness into His marvelous light. 1 Peter 2 verse 9. This is your moment to step into the light of God's calling. The struggles, the doubts, the moments of weakness, they were never meant to break you. They were meant to refine you, to prepare you for the divine purpose God has set in motion. And now, as you listen, the shift has already begun. Do you feel it? Do you sense the stirring in your spirit, the awakening of something long buried? Now, before we dive deeper into this life-altering message, I need you to take a leap of faith. Engage with this message. Declare your readiness in the comments by typing 99. This number is a prophetic signal of divine transformation. Like this video, subscribe, and stay with me until the very end because every word spoken here has been divinely appointed for this exact moment in your life. God is speaking directly to you, calling you higher, calling you deeper, calling you into a new reality where the impossible becomes possible. Are you ready? Are you truly prepared to receive the revelation that will change everything? If so, let's take this journey together, step into the presence of God, and embrace the supernatural transformation that awaits you. Your time is now. Have you ever felt invisible? Have you ever wondered why, despite your faith, despite your prayers, despite the goodness in your heart, the world still mocks you, rejects you, and casts you aside? Maybe you've been laughed at for your struggles. Maybe they've looked at your weakness, your pain, your failures, and assumed that God has abandoned you. But hear me now, God has never abandoned you. He has seen every tear, heard every cry, and felt every pain you have endured. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Psalm 56 verse 8. The world may mock you, but God sees you. They may call you a failure, but God calls you chosen. They may say you are weak, but God says His power is made perfect in your weakness. They may cast you aside, but God has set you apart for something greater. Do you believe that? Do you believe that even in your suffering, even in your rejection, even in the moments when you feel most alone, God is still with you, working behind the scenes for your breakthrough? Look back at your life. How many times have you survived what was meant to destroy you? How many times have you risen after falling, found hope after despair, held on when everything in you wanted to give up? That wasn't luck. That wasn't coincidence. That was God. He has carried you through the storms when you didn't even realize it. And now, He is about to take what was meant for harm and use it for your elevation. But here's the question, can you endure just a little longer? Can you trust that the rejection you've faced, the mockery you've endured, and the suffering that has tested you is not the end of your story but the beginning of something greater? Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 5 verse 10. God did not call you to a life of mediocrity. He called you to stand out, to rise up, to defy the expectations of those who doubted you. And because you are chosen, your trials have been greater, your suffering has been deeper, and your rejection has been harsher. But let me tell you this, your comeback will be greater than any setback you've ever faced. Are you ready for that breakthrough? Are you ready for the moment when God turns everything around, when those who mocked you will have no choice but to witness your rise? Declare it in the comments. Type, "I am chosen," and claim your destiny. Stay with me, because in the next section, I will reveal exactly how God is turning your suffering into strength, your rejection into a testimony, and your pain into power. The best is yet to come. What if I told you that everything you have suffered, everything you have endured, the rejection, the pain, the loneliness, was preparing you for something extraordinary? What if I told you that God has already made a decision about your future, and that decision is to renew you, to transform you, and to lift you into a new season of supernatural strength, beauty, and favor? Behold, I will do a new thing, now it shall spring forth, shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Isaiah 43 verse 19. Yes, God has decided that you will not remain in this state of brokenness. He is about to reverse the aging, restore your strength, and bring back everything you thought you had lost. Where there was once fatigue, He is bringing energy. Where there was once pain, He is bringing healing. Where there was once rejection, He is bringing honor. But are you ready to receive this transformation? Are you ready for your life to change in ways that will leave people speechless? Because let me tell you this is not an ordinary change. This is a divine transformation that no human power can stop. And we all, who with unveiled faces contemplate the Lord's glory, are being transformed into His image with ever-increasing glory, which comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit. 2 Corinthians 3 verse 18. Think about your struggles. Think about the weight you've carried for so long. Now imagine that weight suddenly lifted. Imagine stepping into a reality where you are no longer bound by limitations, where your body, mind, and spirit are completely renewed by the power of God. Can you see it? Can you feel it? Because it is already happening. Some of you have been fighting battles that no one knows about. You have been praying for a breakthrough, but at times it felt like God was silent. But hear me now, God was never silent, He was preparing you. He was refining you, strengthening you, molding you into the person you were always meant to be. Your suffering was not for nothing. Your waiting was not wasted. The transformation is coming, and when it does, the world will be left in awe of what God has done in your life. But will you be ready? Will you embrace this renewal with faith, or will you resist it out of fear? Will you stand boldly and declare, "I am ready for my transformation," or will you doubt that it's possible for you? Because let me tell you, this blessing is coming with or without your permission. God has already made the decision, but you must be willing to walk into it. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, they shall mount up with wings as eagles, they shall run, and not be weary, and they shall walk, and not faint. Isaiah 40 verse 31. Drop an amen in the comments if you are ready to receive this transformation. Let the enemy know that you will not stay in this season of struggle any longer. The renewal has already begun, and in the next section, we will dive even deeper into what this transformation will look like in your life. Stay with me, because you are about to witness the power of God like never before. How many times have people laughed at you, doubted you, looked down on you? How many times have they judged you for your struggles, your appearance, your circumstances? Maybe they whispered behind your back, or maybe they mocked you to your face. They thought you were finished. They assumed you would always be weak, always be struggling, always be overlooked. But what they don't know is that God has already written the next chapter of your story. But the Lord is with me as a mighty terrible one, therefore my persecutors shall stumble, and they shall not prevail, they shall be greatly ashamed, for they shall not prosper, their everlasting confusion shall never be forgotten. Jeremiah 20 verse 11. Let me tell you something, God is about to shut the mouths of your enemies. The very people who mocked you, who dismissed you, who said you would never be anything, are about to witness a transformation that will leave them speechless. The tables are turning, and you are about to be elevated in a way that will make them regret ever doubting you. Have you ever felt the sting of someone's words cutting deep into your soul? Have you ever been rejected, not because of your character, not because of your heart, but because of the way the world sees you? They judged you by your appearance, your finances, your situation, but they had no idea who they were dealing with. They had no idea that you are chosen by God. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. Isaiah 54 verse 17. Can you imagine the look on their faces when they see you rise? When they see you stronger, healthier, more radiant than ever? They will try to figure out how it happened, how you went from forgotten to favored, from rejected to anointed. And the answer will be simple: God did it. But here's the real question: will you allow God to complete this transformation, or will you stay stuck in the pain of what they said about you? Will you believe in His promise that He will restore you, or will you continue to believe the lies of your mockers? Because God has already decided, this is your time. The stone which the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. Psalm 118 verse 22. Drop a "God will elevate me" in the comments if you believe that your enemies are about to witness your transformation. Declare it now: no more shame, no more rejection, no more humiliation. The same people who spoke against you will have no choice but to watch as God lifts you up. But we're not done yet. Stay with me, because in the next section, we're going to talk about what this transformation will look like in your life, and how God is preparing to take you to a level you never imagined. Your breakthrough is happening right now. Are you ready? Let's keep going. How long have you been suffering? How many nights have you cried out to God, asking, "Lord, when will this pain end?" Maybe the doctors have given you bad news. Maybe your body feels weaker every day. Maybe you've started to believe that this is just how life will always be. But let me tell you something powerful: this sickness is not your final destination. Your healing is coming, and it will be greater than anything you have ever imagined. For I will restore health to you, and your wounds I will heal, declares the Lord. Jeremiah 30 verse 17. God has seen every tear, felt every ounce of pain, and heard every desperate prayer. He has not forgotten you. The enemy wants you to believe that this suffering will never end, that you will always be weak, always be struggling. But God is stepping in, and when He does, everything will change. Have you ever wondered, why me? Why do I have to go through this? Do you feel like your body has betrayed you, like you are trapped inside pain and sickness that won't let go? I need you to hear this: your suffering is not in vain. God is using this season to build your faith, to strengthen your testimony, and to prepare you for a miraculous breakthrough. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. Psalm 34 verse 19. Think about the people in the Bible who were healed by God's power. The blind received sight. The lame walked. The lepers were cleansed. The dead were even raised. And here's what you need to know: the same God who healed them is the God who is about to heal you. Your sickness does not have the final say, God does. But here's the real question: are you ready to receive your healing? Are you ready to declare, "Lord, I believe that my breakthrough is coming"? Because sometimes, we get so used to suffering that we start to accept it as normal. But God never intended for you to live in sickness forever. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all His benefits, who forgives all your sins, who heals all your diseases. Psalm 103 verses 2-3. Drop a "God is my healer" in the comments right now if you believe that your healing is on the way. Declare it over your life: this sickness will not last, my body will be restored, my strength will return, my health will shine again. But we're not done yet. Stay with me, because in the next section, we're going to talk about how this transformation isn't just about healing, it's about a complete renewal of your body, mind, and spirit. Are you ready for the new you? Let's move forward, because God is about to make all things new. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, something always holds you back? Maybe you've prayed, you've hoped, you've fought, but the doors stayed closed, the breakthrough never came, and you started to wonder, will things ever change? But hear me today, when God decides to move, nothing can stand in his way. I know that you can do all things, no purpose of yours can be thwarted. Job 42 verse 2. Think about this, God created the heavens and the earth with just his word. When he spoke, light appeared. When he commanded, the seas parted. When he willed it, the walls of Jericho fell. So if God has decided that your season is changing, that your healing is coming, that your breakthrough is here, who or what can stop it? Let me ask you, how long have you been waiting for this moment? How many times have you prayed for healing, for restoration, for a fresh start? The enemy may have tried to block you, delay you, distract you, but he has no power over the plans of God. What he opens no one can shut, and what he shuts no one can open. Revelation 3 verse 7. When God says it's time, the chains must break. When God says move, the doors must open. When God speaks healing, sickness has no choice but to leave. When God declares breakthrough, lack, failure, and delay are erased. Can you feel it? The shift is happening right now. The weight that has been pressing down on you is lifting. The fear that has held you back is breaking. The doubt that has whispered lies in your ear is being silenced. Because when God makes a decision, nothing, not man, not sickness, not circumstance, can stop it. For the Lord Almighty has purposed, and who can thwart him? His hand is stretched out, and who can turn it back? Isaiah 14 verse 27. Type, "Nothing can stop God's plan," in the comments if you believe that your moment is now. Declare it over your life, God has decided to bless me. God has decided to heal me. God has decided to open doors for me. And here's the most powerful part, when God moves, it's not just a small shift. It's a complete, undeniable transformation that leaves no room for doubt. And that's exactly what we're talking about next. God is not just bringing a small change, he is renewing everything about you. Are you ready? Let's keep going. Have you ever wondered what it would be like if everything about you changed in an instant? If the pain, the struggle, the weakness that has weighed you down for so long simply disappeared? What if the very people who doubted you, who laughed at your suffering, who said you would never rise, were suddenly left speechless as they watched God elevate you to a level they never imagined? Then your light will break forth like the dawn, and your healing will quickly appear, then your righteousness will go before you, and the glory of the Lord will be your rear guard. Isaiah 58 verse 8. This is not just a possibility, this is a divine certainty. When God steps in, your transformation will be so profound that no one will be able to deny it. The sickness that once drained you will be replaced with supernatural strength. The sorrow that clouded your days will be replaced with unshakable joy. The rejection that wounded you will be reversed with divine favor. This isn't just a minor shift, this is a complete renewal. Can you feel it? Do you sense that something is already shifting inside you? God is not just making you feel better, he is making you new. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth, do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43 verse 19. People will see you and be shocked. They will say, wait, isn't this the same person who was struggling? Isn't this the one who was weak, broken, forgotten? How are they suddenly glowing with strength, power, and purpose? They won't understand it, but they won't be able to deny it. Let me ask you, are you ready for this level of transformation? Are you prepared for the moment when those who doubted you will have no choice but to acknowledge that the power of God has been at work in your life? They will see the glory of the Lord, the splendor of our God. Isaiah 35 verse 2. If you believe that your transformation is already unfolding, type, "My transformation is here," in the comments. Speak it over your life. Declare it boldly. Because what's coming next is even greater. God is not just transforming you, he is preparing you for a destiny beyond anything you've ever imagined. Are you ready? Let's go even deeper. Can you imagine walking into a room and commanding attention, not because of anything you did, but because of the radiant presence of God upon you? What if the strength you thought you lost, the beauty you believed had faded, and the power you never thought you had, suddenly began to shine through you like never before? But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles, they will run and not grow weary, they will walk and not be faint. Isaiah 40 verse 31. This is not a dream. This is your future. This is God's promise for you. Think about it, what has been holding you back? Have you felt drained, exhausted, like time has stolen your best years? Have you been told that your beauty is fading, your strength is gone, or that your best days are behind you? If so, I have news for you. God is about to make you shine in a way that will leave the world in awe. Are you ready for that kind of transformation? Your youth will be renewed like the eagles. Psalm 103 verse 5. The strength that was once drained by hardship will return. The beauty that was overshadowed by stress and struggle will glow again. The power that you thought was beyond your reach will rise within you. And the world will see it. They won't just hear about your transformation, they will witness it with their own eyes. Are you prepared for people to look at you and ask, what happened to you? How do you look younger, stronger, more radiant? And when they do, you will tell them, it is the power of God at work in my life. The Lord bless you and keep you, the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Numbers 6:24-25. The glow you will carry is not just physical, it is spiritual, it is divine, it is supernatural. When God renews you, you don't just get your strength back, you get his strength. You don't just regain beauty, you radiate his presence. You don't just feel powerful, you walk in his power. Can you feel it? Can you sense that something is already shifting in you? If you are ready to walk in divine strength, beauty, and power, type, I receive it, in the comments right now. Claim it. Speak it over yourself. Because this is not just another message, this is a divine confirmation that God is working in your life. And the best part? He's just getting started. Let's go deeper, because the next phase of your transformation is about to begin. Have you ever been laughed at, underestimated, or told that you'll never amount to anything? Have people judged you by your past, mocked your struggles, or dismissed your dreams? Maybe they have spoken words over your life that made you feel small, invisible, or unworthy. But hear me now, God is about to silence every critic, every doubter, every voice that ever spoke against you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. Isaiah 54 verse 17. The very people who looked down on you, who doubted you, who said you weren't enough, will be left speechless. They will witness something they never expected, your supernatural transformation, your rise, your breakthrough, your divine comeback. And they will have no choice but to stand in awe of what God has done in your life. Think about it, who in your life has ever doubted you? Who has spoken words that made you question your worth? It could be family, friends, or even your own thoughts whispering negativity into your spirit. But God is about to silence them all with undeniable evidence of his favor upon you. The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still. Exodus 14 verse 14. There will come a moment where the tables will turn. Where the very ones who mocked you will be forced to watch you step into your divine destiny. They won't be able to ignore the glow on your face, the strength in your voice, the favor on your life. They won't be able to deny the transformation taking place before their very eyes. Can you imagine their reaction when they see the new you? When they see your body renewed, your strength restored, your spirit lifted, when they realize that the one they thought was finished is now flourishing under God's blessing? When the Lord restored the fortunes of Zion, we were like those who dreamed. Our mouths were filled with laughter, our tongues with songs of joy. Then it was said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. Psalm 126 verses 1-2. That's exactly what's about to happen. God is going to bless you so abundantly that even your enemies will have to admit, this must be the work of God. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to see God turn every insult, every rejection, every doubt into a testimony of His power? If you're ready, declare it right now in the comments, God will silence my critics. Because what God is doing in your life is so powerful, so undeniable, so unstoppable, that no one will be able to ignore it. The doubters, the haters, the mockers, they will have nothing left to say, because God's work in you will speak louder than their words ever could. And this is just the beginning. Get ready, because God is about to take you even higher. Let's go. This is it. This is your moment. Everything you've been waiting for, praying for, hoping for, it is unfolding right now. The struggles, the doubts, the delays, they were only temporary. Every battle you faced, every rejection you've endured, every night you cried out to God, it was all leading to this. Your transformation is here. Behold, I am doing a new thing, now it springs forth, do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43 verse 19. Do you feel it? Do you sense the shift in the atmosphere? It's not just words, God is moving in your life, right now. The weight of the past is lifting, the chains of sickness, struggle, and limitations are breaking. Your story is being rewritten by the hands of the Almighty. What has been holding you back? Fear? Doubt? The voices of others telling you it's impossible? It doesn't matter anymore. Because when God decides, nothing can stop it. No enemy, no circumstance, no obstacle is greater than His power. For the Lord Almighty has purposed, and who can thwart Him? His hand is stretched out, and who can turn it back? Isaiah 14 verse 27. You have two choices right now. You can sit back, let fear and doubt convince you that this isn't for you, and continue waiting for something to change. Or you can step boldly into your transformation, declare that this is your time, and claim the promise that God has set before you. Which one will you choose? If you're ready, if you're claiming this transformation for yourself, type, "This is my time," in the comments. Let your faith activate this moment. Speak it out loud. Declare it. And don't stop here. This is just the beginning of what God is doing in your life. If this message spoke to you, if you feel God moving in your spirit, then I need you to take action. Hit that like button, show the world that you believe in what God is doing. Subscribe to this channel, because this is only the beginning of your transformation, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. Comment, "This is my time," so that the universe hears your declaration. And most importantly, share your story. Have you ever experienced a moment where God turned everything around for you? Has He ever made a way when there was no way? Drop your testimony in the comments. Your story could be the encouragement that someone else desperately needs right now. Your time is now. Your transformation is now. Your breakthrough is now. God has spoken it over your life, and nothing can stop what He has planned for you. This is the season of renewal, of healing, of divine elevation. Are you ready? Then step forward. Claim it. Live it. Because from this moment on, your life will never be the same again. Let's go.